My social work issue is drug abuse, and forming partnerships, I would get to know the patient and ask them about their life before drugs and what they want in the future away from drugs. I would look beyond the drugs to get to know the person that is really there, not what the drugs have taken over. Articulating challenges, see at what times do they want to use the substances and make small, achievable goals so they can reach them daily. Defining directions, make sure the client has the right motives and gives resources that will help them relax and be able to succeed and move forward. Identifying strengths, figuring out when they want to use and try and avoid the situations. Again, looking beyond the drugs and figuring out ways to help the situation so they don't use. Assessing resources, look at the family and the support outside of the family and try to reconnect relationships and get involved with other organizations with the drugs so that clients can relate to them. Most drug abusers have lost relationships with their family, and so we really want to reconnect those and build better relationships so they can have a support system and get them involved with other people so they can relate to them, and it makes them more motivated to get better and help one another. Framing solutions is look at earlier goals and add to them. Acknowledge what the client has done well and how far they have come. Activating resources depending on the resource that the client would need. Make sure they are and make sure they're being used often. So again, getting them involved in groups and making sure they're relaxed and just different things that the client may need to help them stay away from the situations where they want to use drugs. Creating alliances, make sure the client has others around to relate to and to create friendships with to help with their process of getting away from drugs. Make sure they're having positive support. So make sure they're even though the family issue might be difficult, that they're still having positive feedback from themselves. Make sure they really focus on themselves and they're moving forward in a positive way and really working at it. Expanding opportunities as the client progresses with treatment. Give them more freedom and make sure they are involved in social things. So make sure they're getting out there in community, make sure they're feeling involved in that they have a purpose. Recognizing success is encouragement with how far they have come. So that's why I like to make small goals so they achieve more goals as they go. So they always have something to look forward to, baby steps, and it makes a bigger outcome. And integrating gains is make sure they're stable on their own and they're confident with moving forward. So make sure that they have confidence outside of the facility or outside of you so that they won't want to use later on. There are lots of rights that the client have. These are just a few. They have the right to show respect, have good communication, they're held accountable for their actions, they have a code of ethics, they support partnerships, they include themselves in goals and activities, and have the right to organization policy, review, and developmental activities. I picked education. The teacher provides education and locates vulnerable populations. The trainer teaches through staff development. Outreach workers, they relay public information about social issues and services. And the research and scholar, they look for discovery and for knowledge development. For the teacher, I before social work, I made it sole an option that I would like to become a teacher, but I'm good at explaining things, and I get very elaborate with things, and I'm enthusiastic about it. Like, if it's something I'm passionate about, like helping people, I would really be passionate about it and like talking about it and just things like that. And for the trainer, I like to work close with my clients, but make sure that relationship stays professional is going to be tough for me, and that's just all around how I am. But I have different ways of explaining things, and I feel like I'm very motivating just because I want them to do so well, and I want to push them, not too far, but push them to better their lives. For an outreach worker, I'm good at acknowledging issues and not afraid to ask for help. And organizations, they have the nonprofits, they need help about their resources or money or anything like that. Like, I love to show people like about what I do, and different things like that, just to around the community. And you never know how many people are out there who don't know about what's going on and the issues that are around. And the research scholar, I'll look at new ways to teach and engage with the client, depending on what they may need. The resources that we have or the method that we have may not be 100% effective for them, and I will try to research and look into different things like that.